We are live. All right, let me go in. Hello, everybody. As you come in, hello, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody.
Why is he leaving?
T, I need you to mute everybody in your back if you
Hold on. Let me just go to a different spot. Hola. Let me go to a different voice to kiss my obviously because I can't hear nothing there.
make sure. Did y'all see my thing as I go on live? Did y'all anything post on my Facebook? Did y'all
Yeah, I
see?
got the notification.
Oh, praise.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right, hello, everybody. As we getting started here, let me post these things so I can, because I need to go on YouTube as well. We're here with the Around Table. I didn't even get the notification. That's weird. We're here with the Round Table. We got some awesome men up in here. Welcome in. Hello, Sister Beverly. How are you on tonight? Thank you. Can y'all do me a favor as you come in? Give some likes and give us some hearts and let others know that we're here. If you don't mind, show the love, share the love, and let people know that we're in here and we're about to get into it. We're about to there we are. All right. So thank you everybody for coming in. As you come in, say hello, say hi, say what's up, that's what's going on, what going on, all that good stuff. And we're here and I see you coming in. Hello everybody. And my name is Juanita Alate. I am an independent paparazzi consultant where I sell no. Hello, my name is Juanita Alate. I am the host. I don't went to my other thing, y'all. I got many streams of income. I am the host of the Around Table Talk, and we are on here with some men of different walks, different talks, but we're going to get into it tonight, right? Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear us. So, what we're going to do, we're going to introduce our blessings, everyone. We're going to introduce ourselves as we come in, and then we can take it from there. We're gonna start with our brother Jaquan Boykin, that's up in my right hand corner.
Hello.
We also have our brother Michael Thomas, that's in the left, down at the bottom,
Hello,
and then
hello.
we have our elder Dante. I know I lost him on the screen. I'm pretty sure he'll be back in a minute. All right. So as we're going to talk about this, what do men want? Because I have my pen and I have my paper here of what do men want? Because I need to know. I want to hear from different aspects of life. What is going on? How we do? Share. Sharing is caring, right? So we're gonna let them take it over, and we can go at it. And if you have any questions, please post those questions down in the chat box so we can talk about it. Y'all ready? All right. So take it over, brother Jaquan.
Hello, my name is Brother Jaquan Boykin. Um, I've been married for 7 years to my wife Charlene Stewart. We've been together for 12, but we've been married for 7. Going on our anniversary next month. Um, and everything haven't always been good. Everything has always been peaches and cream. And I feel like it's not. It's good to say what men really want, but what really men need is what we need then more than what we want, because we can want many things. We can want many a body or different
No,
things that
I ain't see it.
we feel like we want,
Okay. The next
but
time,
we need.
if you still need it, then I'll make it.
But
All
one thing
right.
that we need
You just let me
is
know.
a
All right.
listener,
All right.
maybe a woman that can listen. A woman that not only can listen but keep it in our house and not always bring it to our best friends or bring it to the church or bring it to the round table or bring it to different places. Because now the things that we tell the things that we tell you now, we get around to your friends and you want us to go with your friends into your, your retreats and to your birthday parties and other people's birthday parties. And, they looking at us funny and we wondering why they looking at us funny is because you done told them something that I done told you in personal. So, one thing we need to learn how to do as well, I ain't gonna say they need to learn how to do is keep it in the house. My mom used to tell us what happens in the house stays in the house, you know. So I believe, that's one thing that we should, that we feel like I feel that we need and we want is a listener. We don't always need you to talk over us. We don't always need you to tell us that we are wrong or that we're not doing this right, that we're not doing that right. But sometimes we just need you to listen. So many times men, it's not always about, us cheating or going out and stepping out. It's most sometimes it's like basically we go out to talk to other women because they know how to listen, they know how to appreciate what we trying to get our wives or our girlfriend or our fiance to get. We want to feel like a king, we want to feel special. It's not always about gift. I'm not really a gift guy. You can listen to me. I like to talk. I'm a talker, especially when I'm talking to my wife. I like to talk. I like to, especially if me and her just chilling. I love for her to listen. And and I feel like women need to learn how to, push their husband more. Nowadays we push the wife, you know, 100%, but it's like because you heard it from us before, you heard it from other men. What I'm saying to you is like you give us 50 or give us 20% of of that push, and we need that 100% of everything, of everything that we're telling you. If I'm saying that I want to buy a house, you shouldn't be out there spending all your money. you know you shouldn't be out there. You should be trying to get your credit up. You should be trying to save money. You should be trying to do things, but look at houses. Not always, oh, go to your friends and tell your friends, oh, he want to buy a house, or he want to do this and he want to do that. Learn how to keep things in house. Learn how to be quiet sometimes and learn how to let us talk. Even if you feel like we saying something that's dumb, learn how to just stay quiet. Sometimes just learn how to just, and I'm not saying for you to always not give your opinion, but it's always time for everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes when we just, expressing ourselves to you, I feel like you should know, a woman should know how to just stay quiet and listen, and not only listen but do. This, like the word said, you just can't be a listener, but you gotta be a doer of the word of the word. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm saying that I'm saying that I need something from you, it's not always about, I don't know who on here, but it's not always about your private parts. It's more than just your private parts that we need. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just laying down in the bed with us. It's more than that, just that. Sometimes we just need you to believe in us. We need you to believe in us. Sometimes we need you. You have to have it encourage. You have to encourage us. Hey, babe, in the morning. Hey, babe, did you do this? Did you do that? Hey, I know you was a wonderful guy. You doing it. I'm happy that you are here. I'm happy that you becoming a better man. You know, just mostly I'm gonna keep it as just listening and learning how to not always gossip. And the second thing is, you know, church women as I am. I'm a church guy, so you know, y'all listen to the pastor more than y'all listen to your husbands. You know what I'm saying? Y'all listen to the pastor more than y'all listen to your husband. If
Interjection.
sometimes, okay, go
Interjection.
ahead.
Interjection. Okay, now you're gonna have to give us, look, just don't say that. You're gonna have to give what you mean by it is, or what you mean by, because everybody's different, because everybody come from different
Everybody's
homes
different.
and different
Th- Of course.
so what do you mean by they listen more to the pastor than their husband? Explain that.
Well, I would explain this way. You have second services, you have third service, you have fourth service. You ain't gotta be at all eight of them. Sometimes we need your attention at home. Sometimes on Sunday, we want to take a vacation. We can't take a vacation because you worried about what your pastor gonna say and where your pastor gonna, do to you or sit you down from doing your responsibility in the church. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like You know, that's the way I'm saying. Sometimes you don't have to be at all the services. You ain't gotta be at every Bible study. You ain't gotta be at every rehearsal, every things that's if he's preaching somewhere or she preaching somewhere. You don't always gotta be there. Sometimes I want you. Sometimes I need my wife to be with me. Sometimes and sometimes we doing it not to say we devil. I'm not a devil. Sometimes I don't want to go church. I want to see if you trust and believe in me and have the love that I have for you. You know, if I'm saying, hey, if I know that's your special thing to do, you know, I know men, men and women love church. They love church. I love church. So, you know, when my wife used to say, hey, sometimes you can't go to that engagement, or sometimes stay home with me. Sometimes, you know, spend some times with me. You don't have to always run to the church and play for them and do this. I'm a musician. So, you know, it was one thing, it was hard for me to be, you know, at home a lot. I was always in and I felt like I was always running from my situations. So me being a musician, I felt like, hey, long as I get outside of church, or long as I get outside of the house, you know, running to a church because I'm getting paid for it, then my wife shouldn't have a problem with that. But that wasn't true. So I feel like anybody, you know, anything that you really love to do and it's taken away from your husband and your time with your wife, you should maybe give that up for a while and see if you really do love your husband and do really love your wife. You know what I'm saying? I know many of us, we love to do, you know, special things in you know, sometimes it's shopping. It's not always church.
So,
Shopping.
okay, can I ask a question then? Are you saying, or are you alluding to, or let me just make sure I'm clear. Can we sometimes run to the church just to run from home and
Yeah.
not deal with what's home? And
Yeah.
just like hide behind the church per se, or hide the
Right.
cross and then run and go to the church, but you really don't really need there. You just gotta be there. I
You just
just
gotta be
got
there.
it, and just neglect home.
There you go. That's the words. And sometimes, you know, if you saying that we together and that we married forever to death do us part, it doesn't matter what situation, you should be able to overcome whatever come your way. So, you know, and God say favor that comes with marriage. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't say me, your pastor, the first lady, and my wife is, you know, in the marriage. It's me and my wife. It's my wife and it's the wife and the husband. Sometimes we got to get away from, you know, obstacles of coming against our marriage. Even our best friends or our family, our mothers, our fathers, our, you know, different things that come against you and your marriage. You should let that things go and
Okay.
really become faithful
Okay.
with your wife and with your wife.
You know what? I thank you. I thank you for that. I appreciate that your perspective of it. And then I want either Ella Dante or Michael, if they want to um, chime in on what was just talked about, and then we're gonna go to Michael. Do y'all want to chime in on that? Do y'all got truth out of it? Did you get something from that, or maybe it's like you want to expound on it?
Elder, you want to go, or would you like me to say something? Just to chime in on a point that he said that I kind of.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You made.
No. My point is just keep everything in. Too much gets out. Everybody gets in your business. You letting everybody into your business. Everybody can decide what's going on with your relationship because everybody's coming to your ears.
Absolutely.
So I'm heavy on that. I'm heavy on that. What he said.
Oh,
So
stay keeping stuff in home. Okay, then let Elder Dante say,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I
and
want to
then I
chime
got
in
something
on.
to say. And
Go ahead,
okay,
Elder.
go ahead, Elder Dante.
I agree with just about everything that Brother Boykin said. I mean, especially in a marriage, you have to be able to have balance in your relationship.
Okay.
It can't be church 98% of the time, then home 2%. There's going to be a problem.
Okay.
It is going to, and then it's going to create resentment in the marriage or in the relationship if you're dating or marriage, because like, oh, I was dating a girl. She was like, I ain't want to go no church all the time. I was like, well, you met me when I was in the church.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So then it was a problem. I mean, I was like, well, we can do what we're going to do after church. No, I want to go to church. I was like, man, really? And so it became a problem. So of course we ain't together because it was like more church than more us.
So then how do you differentiate? I heard what Brother Boykin said, but how do you differentiate something like that where I'm I'm in church, you know, and that's all I know. That's why I go. That's what I, you know, especially if you're called, especially if you're in a ministry, like he said with the playing the music. He's a musician, and then you got yourself an elder, and then you got the psalmist, right? So there's always, you got to weigh it out. You got to weigh it out. Like, do I go? Do I not go? Okay, Elder Dante, who got the? Go ahead.
This is the thing. You have to compromise with each other without compromising your relationship with God.
Okay, let's go with that.
There's a difference. And so many people get it twisted and convoluted because you ain't coming to church because you and your husband staying home. I still have a relationship with God. That is set in stone. But I'm trying to solidify this relationship and this union that God has put together.
Okay.
And we have to say, I ain't gonna let no man put asunder, you know, my relationship, my marriage. And so you have to hey, you say, okay, babe, out of the month, we're gonna do 2 Bible studies. The other 2 Bible study nights is just gonna be me and you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right? Okay, we're gonna go to Sunday morning service, but all them 3,000 services after that, we can't go to those. Right? Because when we gonna eat together? I'm tired of going to McDonald's and KFC eating, right? You ain't cook all month because we've been at church at revival anniversary.
We ain't cook all month,
right? And so you have to find balance in that. You find balance. And so many marriages are ending, so many relationships are ending because there is no balance. You have to set some things in. You have to say, hey, let's sit down and talk about this. What we're going to be doing and what we're not going to be doing this year. We can't do the same thing we did last year because now I'm feeling some type of way, right?
Okay.
Like Brother Jaquan was saying, I want you. Right. I got God already, but I want you. I want what God has given me.
Amen.
I can't enjoy it. I can't do what I want to do at home with you in the confines of the sanctuary.
I'm tired.
Right.
I'm tired at the church.
You want to worship at home.
Right.
All the way
in your bedroom chamber. For the people who are married. For the people who are married.
If you're married.
You want to lay hands suddenly on your woman, right? For the married folk, right? You want a yada, you want a barack in your bedroom sometimes. You can't do that at Bible study.
True.
And then, you know, depending on if you got, you know, if it's going to be a long Bible study, you ain't going to be ready to do that when you get home. It's time to go to bed.
Gotcha.
Especially the women. We all know. The men are, not the women, though. They ready to go to sleep after that. They done.
Right. They don't put them bonnets on, Brother.
We only sleep your anointing. Only sleep your anointing.
And don't wake them up. Don't wake them up in the midnight hour. They dreaming about God.
Y'all going in. I love it. Okay, I thank y'all for that, Brother Jaquan. I thank you for that. I thank y'all for adding in. We gotta do this again for real. And everybody who's on here, I see that you're on here. Now I can't see the people that's on YouTube right now. But if you're on there, just leave your comments and come over to Facebook, post your questions over here and your comments. And don't forget to keep liking and hearting this. Okay, now, Brother Michael, nephew.
Yeah.
I don't call it, just anybody know me. Every last one of my nephews, I don't call them by their first name. Their nephew. Everybody's nephew. Okay, so we're going to give him the opportunity to go in, and then we're going to chime in on that because if I hear something juicy, I'm going to jump in. All right, go ahead. Take it over.
Mine's going to be short and simple. My name is Michael Thomas. Like you said, I'm Juanita's nephew. I'm on a little flip side of where Jaquan is coming from because, you know, I'm church-oriented, but I just don't visit as much. So, you know, my relationship with me, God, and my female isn't that type of union just yet. But I do know a little bit about relationships and what I've been through and what I would like to want. And the reason why I say would like to want is because I've been probably like 4 relationships, all about for like term relationships, not so much. What I've learned, it's crazy though, because it's the flip side of things. You think you know what you want and what you want out of a woman, but for some reason when you go into that situation, it gets turned because the compromises are working. And my, you know, outlook and things about it, because you know what I want is loyalty, and loyalty doesn't seem to come easy nowadays. Loyalty isn't something that you could demand and ask for. Loyalty is something that you have to go for, and as the relationship builds, she becomes more loyal to you. Instead, before it used to be when you come into the situation, you already was loyal to each other. And now it's not like that anymore. And so when I go head forward to a situation, I don't ask for too many things anymore. Now it's just I just say what I don't like, what I dislike. What I used to like is loyalty, time, to communicate, to be real, keep it honest at all times. But it's not like that anymore because it's a lot of fake, uh, what I would say, transparency, and it's sad because you go into one thing thinking that you want something and what you would want from out of that woman, and that's not what happens all the time, and that's not how it is all the time. So, as far as what I really want, what I would like I said, is loyalty, honesty, commitment. Um, that kind of sums it up for me. What I mean by what I want out of a woman, because I'm not too hard to please. I'm not a person that wants a bunch of things or asks a bunch of things out of you. I'm very simple. I'm very direct. Um, I'm very straight to the point. And being in these relationships have changed my outlook on relationships only because that each time that I try to change and do something different, I seem to change myself a little bit more, and I get further away from who I am because I'm trying to compromise and overcompensate. Is that the way to say it for the relationship? Because it's not being held up on the other end, or I'm not getting what I want on the other end, so I'm trying to make her happier, which is draining me. It drains, and so going into relationships now, like I said, I have situations going right now, and I have females that I have a female that I really find interesting, and she's doing what she has to do. I don't have to ask too many things of her, and that's what I want. I don't want to have to ask you to do things. You should be able to read me when we're coming into this. Understand me, yeah, Auntie.
Okay, let's back that up. You just said something about you want the woman to read you. How's she gonna
Yeah,
read you if she don't know you?
that's the
Okay,
point
so
of getting to know each
you're
other.
gonna go into a relationship, right? And you say you
Mm-hmm.
want her to read you. She got to know you to read you, and then when you let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you? Because women, we tend to here it is. Women tend to go in a relationship and have standards, right? And then we start lowering our standards because that man is not meeting our standards, right?
That's
Or
exactly
meeting
what I
where
was
we
just saying
are.
about a female, Auntie.
Do men have the same?
That's exactly what I was just saying. I was saying that I overcompensate because I'm trying to do something to make her happier for what I want, and I'm not getting it. So it's draining me. But as far as what you were saying, as far as reading, when you go into a relationship, whether it's nothing should be fresh, so to say. The freshest thing happens at tea, when you're having tea, when you're actually just sitting down, where y'all just together for about 20 minutes, chopping it up, and y'all leaving. Now, when you call this a relationship, y'all have known each other for long enough to know about each other enough to want to now say that I don't want to go with nobody else. I don't want to have to learn anybody else because relationship is always learning. You always have to learn the person, regardless of whether from now to 50 years from now. You're gonna have to learn this person, and you're gonna have
Okay.
to pay attention. So when you're going to a relationship, I should not have to tell you about certain things because you should already know enough. Because we're communicating at this point. At this point, we're not just what y'all call it, courting. Is that the word to say? Y'all courting, just casual, just
Yeah, that's
going
old.
out on just having tea, having dinner, just not even really just trying to get to feel each other. When you say you're in a relationship, y'all have gotten past that trying to feel each other's state. You've actually felt what that person is, what that person wants, and what you want to be for that person. Because now y'all have put the rest of the world on the outside, and now y'all focusing on each other. So by that being said, I shouldn't have to ask for certain things. Not everything, because like I said, you have to learn the person. It's continual lessons, and you're gonna do things, and that's what life is about. Life is about making mistakes. You make a mistake, you don't have to stumble over that again. But certain things, when it comes into it, I shouldn't have to explain or I shouldn't have to go through. And certain females' attitudes come into play where their anger just gets to them when they know they're getting you upset. They know they're getting and you're upset, and they know why they're upsetting you. You know why, but they'll keep pushing buttons and doing things. It's like you don't want to understand me, or you do, or maybe do you understand me, and you just don't care. See, at any point, either way you put it, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work well when I feel like you're not understanding me. Where I have to constantly repeat myself. Where I have to feel like it's not getting through, or you just feel like you're doing what you want. And
Okay,
to learn
then
somebody
my
to
question.
actually,
Okay, my question to you in the panel. I
uh-huh.
go in. Okay, and it might sound vain, maybe not, but okay.
Okay, that's what
I
we're here
go
for.
in saying where in my life where I am now, I'm going and saying the man has to at least come where I'm at or come above so we can walk this thing out. No, I do not. So no, I don't want no scrub, that. And that's like now, no, do you go in and say, okay, I'm here, I'm established, or maybe you're not established, and then I want somebody who at least established. No, I don't want to deal with somebody that's always want to hang out, always want to party, always want to spend, always, something that brother Shaquan said, if you're trying to get a house, but you over here want to go shop all the time. Do y'all go in saying this? No, I'm only going to date this type of woman. It's open.
I don't. Honestly, I
What
don't.
what what?
Only because
Go
when I
ahead.
say I don't, is because when you go into a situation, everybody has a past, so everybody has baggage, everybody has their lifestyle. My take on that is when you go into that, nothing is going to probably be the way. Everything is not going to be the way you want it exactly. So you're going to have to work on things, and that's where compromise comes into play. And that's what it doesn't have to be all the way that I wanted to. As long as I can see certain things, I'm like, all right, I can see this, I can see that, I can see that. I'm not a above standard person where I want you to meet every bullet on my checklist. You can meet a couple of them, but I do have standards.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
You
Jaquan,
have
brother Jaquan,
standards.
What
standards.
what I would say is what I would say is uh uh uh, uh women they 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 tend to have a high standard but don't come to the table with nothing.
That part.
So you want me to have all the money and you're broke and you don't know how to keep money. So you want me to have a house but you live in an apartment, in a one bedroom apartment with somebody else.
Hmm.
So it got to be a balance with each other. We got to learn how to do it together. So like
Right.
communication is the key. Yes, it is the key, but you got to bring something to the table too, woman. You
You gotta bring
just can't
something else.
have, I just can't do everything, because at the end of the day, then I'm gonna say you wasn't worthy enough. You're not worthy enough for what I get. So when I do get all the way to the top, I'm gonna look for someone else now, because there's nothing that you brought to the table. So now I'm looking for someone else. My mind and my heart is saying, hey, she didn't work. She didn't come from the bottom with me. I did it by myself. And that's what's going on in
Oh,
relationships now.
okay. Okay. What you
She
say,
didn't come.
Elder Dante?
Oh wow.
That was a
That's
juicy
what
one.
I
I
said.
know it. I know it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hit those buttons.
I mean, just to the brothers, I just want to pose a question. Do you think that's why a lot of people, like, especially like you see a lot of sports, the athletes, actors, when they start out with a particular chick or wife or whatever, and then when they make it, is that the reason why they're leaving them and getting someone else?
Most of
What's
the
the
time, yes. Most of the
Yeah,
time,
because
Well,
yes.
they
I'm
were
going to
sliding
Especially
it
say,
out.
especially,
go ahead.
especially as a black man. Mostly black men, basketball players, football players, they go to the other culture of
I
a
know you was gonna
particular
say
race.
that.
They don't stay with a black woman, because a
Yeah.
black woman wants so much when she don't bring nothing to the table.
Okay, we got
When
both sides because we got people in chat and saying no. Somebody's answering no. Now I'm going to say this. I'm going to interject on this one. I think okay. So when they're here, and before they make it to the NBA or the NFL or whatever, they have this woman who's their ride or die, who's always with them, always there when you was broke, you had nothing, you couldn't take two pennies to put it together, and then when you get to a status, then you go, oh, this becomes your trophy wife now. So now you want to carry her around. She's fit. She was already sitting there waiting for you because that's what they do. They go prepare themselves, their body and stuff, and wait for that man to get to a status, and then they come stepping in. But that woman who was there for them all that time, is she the one that helped groom and care for him? That's what I see. Now, correct me. Go on, tell me something.
Stress. That's why they leave.
Because it
All
was.
that time they spent building up and doing what they doing, like how Jaquan said, and what they wanted and how they wanted it, it stressed that man out all the way until he made it. Pushed him all the
Correct.
way in the
And
corner.
to be honest, some men is weak. They rather
Right.
leave their family and rather leave their wife to go with someone else that don't have nothing.
No.
Because they can build her and control her to do
Right.
what they want her to do.
They got all the money.
And to feel
And stress
free.
is no longer in the situation.
Okay, I
because
didn't see it
it's
that
money,
way.
got money.
Okay, that's why we having this dialogue. That's why we talking. That's why we going. Now, okay, I see, because I do see the questions posting up from YouTube. So I do see that. So we're good. Any questions, post them in here. I do see people saying communication is essential. And somebody said, I think it's complicated. I think it get complicated in a relationship when both parties isn't really sure what they want or not happy with themselves to their own self be true. Now that's a church person. I can't see that person's name, but I know that's a church.
I know who that is. I'm gonna respond to that particular statement.
Okay, go ahead.
And as for men, and so the premise of this and the question and the topic tonight is, what do men want? We want a woman who's going to continue to give us a checkup. I'm not saying check me, but a checkup on the relationship. Where are we? I need to know, where are we? I don't want to be just keep doing something in a relationship and then it's not going in the direction and we're going separate directions. I don't want to wait till we get to that point where we're not on the same page to find out we ain't on the same page.
Right.
So as for me, now I can't speak for me, just for everybody else, but I know for me, let me know where we are. That's what I want. Give me some type of sign that we good, right? I don't want you to be like, and then you over there talking to Shamar. I mean, he ain't doing nothing right. You telling him all the stuff you should be telling me, right? And so for me, let me know. We need to sit down and have a little come to Jesus moment in our own home without you have to go to pastor and talk to pastor about the situation.
There we go again.
Right.
I'm just jumping off of what Jaquan said earlier.
Yeah,
you know,
stay
or
there.
you telling Sister Small going to church. Oh, you know, he all in the church, but I mean, stuff at home. You know, talk to me. I'm the one that be in the house with you all the time. I'm the one on the phone with you all the time. We out eating dinner, whatever. All that stuff. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. If you don't with us as a unit, let me know. I want to be the first to know. I don't want to be the 50th person to know.
Right. And don't tell me. And don't communicate with me when you're mad.
Please don't do that.
When you upset, now that you have, you know, you built up, everything is built up. Now you want to say you ready to leave. Now you ready to go. Now if I would stay with my ex, if I would have stayed with the next person, then I should have did that and then to be with you. Don't do that, because now you putting me at a place where I don't trust you no more, because I don't know your next step. So now I gotta feel like I gotta make my next step alone by myself, because I don't know what you about to do next.
Okay. All right. I got a question before.
This should be titled "What Men Don't Want."
I told you.
No one said it. I should have titled "What Do Men Need." That's what men need. Okay. So before we let Elder Dante take over this portion of it, and let him give his intake on what do men want. I have a question posting it to everybody on the panel. The question is presenting. Which one is bad? Which one was the worst? Which one was Jekyll? Jekyll was the crazy one. Or was it Hyde?
Jekyll was the
doctor.
Okay. So Hyde.
Mr. Hyde. Yeah, you're right.
Who's Hyde? Hyde was the crazy one?
Yes.
Okay. So what with this, you presenting Jekyll, but then later on down the road, we found out you were actually Mr. Hyde. You know what I mean? You present yourself. Oh, I'm good. You know, how you doing? I love you. And then all that, and then later on behind closed doors, you don't turn to Mr. Hyde. What about that? Like, you were not true. I know this is what do men want, but I'm saying presenting yourself one way, but actually you're another.
So that means
why maybe sometimes the women get crazy.
they get
Yeah,
crazy,
do.
but that's why sometimes men and women know how to keep their legs closed for a while until you know who that man or that woman is. We go too fast. I'm going there.
That
We
part
go
too.
too.
It is a lot.
We go too fast. We go
It is
too
a lot.
fast to jump into a sexual relationship.
Right. Everything
So
is
then
sexual
you turn your sexual relationship into a marriage. After I sex
Right.
you, I'm done with you because I got it
Right.
all. I got the goodies.
Yep.
There's nothing else that I need from you. I'm
Yep.
on to the
Right.
next. So
Yep.
sometimes women gotta learn how to hold that. I mean, they gotta learn how to keep their legs closed. Click, click, like Medea say.
Clink,
Click,
clank.
click.
Yeah.
Hold them legs until a long time because now you don't know if that man is crazy. You don't know if that man gonna stalk you. You don't know if that man gonna do whatever he gonna do to you. And that's why you gotta learn the person. You gotta learn each other.
Lord,
That's the
y'all
part I was
on
talking
this.
about, learning.
Y'all on this. I'm loving it.
To even piggyback, because I was thinking about this on the way home from work. Men want meaningful sex.
Right.
Meaning,
Sex with a
explain,
woman is a
explain,
dime a
explain.
dozen. We want
Right.
something that, like, right, when we get finished, we're like, I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going
Right.
nowhere. I'm gonna
chilling.
cook you dinner. I'm gonna cook
Right.
you breakfast.
You gonna roll over and say, you hungry?
You hungry?
You want me to order some DoorDash, or you want me to
Right.
do
want
no,
some-
matter of
you
fact,
want
don't
some
worry
red
about it. I'm gonna
bottoms?
cook. I'm gonna
What you
call
want?
this steak out, and I'm gonna light up the grill at 12
Bringing
o'clock
my
at night.
gangster, bringing my gangsters
Right.
and all that over there,
Right.
and my
Yeah,
other
I mean-
kids, my way like other kids from somebody else. We all coming over here today. We staying
Right,
here for the rest of
Right.
the month.
That part,
I'm putting
man.
something on the grill copper afterwards, right? So I'm even talking about singleness. Even after I got saved, was dating people and had sex, being honest, like, man, I could. Oh, that all I had to do be in church. I can smash.
You said something right there. Go back to that. Elder Dante, go back to that right there. A lot of men, single, saved, not saved, but in church, but they know where to go get that good woman because they know that good woman is in church. One, that good woman is not going to cheat on. I said a good woman. Good church woman.
Back in the day.
A good church
Back
woman.
in the day.
Look at the word.
I'm about to say now, yo, we got a
Not
saying.
now.
about
Juanita, I don't know if they so good now.
Ooh,
That's now.
Now, Juanita, because now listen. If you just want to get your listen, I know I could have run through a whole bunch of churches, right?
Yeah.
I mean, her and all the altos. I could have had all of them. Right. And nobody would have told, right?
Right, that part.
But we want meaningful sex. If you want to know what men want, we want meaningful sex, right?
Okay.
We just don't want. I mean, listen. I would differentiate. You can tell somebody who have meaningful sex. Worshipers always have meaningful sex. Now these praises, they just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You can knock the praises out of the ballpark, but the worshipers. They gonna go deep with that. I'm trying to tell you, if people who get married, get you a worshiper, because I'm talking about after salvation. Even after I started preaching, and still was like, man, I'm
Where the altos at?
Now the Sopranos gonna give you a little time because they got this thing. They have that what you were talking about earlier. They have that that level like you got to reach up to it because they think they got it. But I'm just trying to tell you, like in the church.
That's right.
I don't know about these good women. Now, all the good women, they old or married.
They old and married now.
Or they ugly. Okay. Or they ugly. Or they already got or they've been already ran through. They got 3 kids and 2 baby daddies. So one of them baby daddies got 2 of the 3.
And still hate a man. And then stop hating man and start messing with another woman now.
Yeah,
now that you ran through, now you want to mess with a woman. Now forget about
it don't change.
Woman.
Right, it don't change.
Listen, y'all got me over here in tears, but this is for real. Okay, what we're gonna do? Right, that's how they doing us now. They get up and be like, Elder Dante.
I'll speak to you later.
We're gonna allow Elder Dante
Yeah, Elder, you don't
to
you take it over.
say
Yeah,
his
Elder.
part because I know that we gave him opportunity. So let him.
Don't give me too many opportunities because I'll be stirring up the
You
bees
was
next.
Go ahead.
Where she said,
I don't wanna-
then they got
Hey,
these
and I
kids,
see a
they
lot of our
ugly.
I see a lot of our New Day family on tonight. They go get me later.
They
But,
are, listen, they're on here and
They
I'm
on here
telling
tonight.
you,
They in droves tonight. So I don't want no smoke. So but
No
I
smoke, no
mean
smoke.
Jaquan and Mike, they own it. You know, it's special. And I'm not sure who's married on the line out of the brothers. I'm not sure both of you guys are married or
Brother Jaquan is.
Jaquan is okay. So Mike can understand, like we still single.
Yeah.
So it's hard out here. But you know what? Like the young lady, let me make sure she ain't on here.
Make sure she's not on there because she's going.
Hold on, let me scroll. Okay.
You know her best friends is sending her it right now. You know her best friends doing it right now. They in her inbox.
So the young lady that I bought the convocation that you met, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking, right? So they had their convocation in December. Lord have mercy.
Oh Lord. Let me get my cup of tea.
I'm gonna have to hide this later. But so she was dating this pastor prior to me and her hanging out, right? And so every year, and you know,
can everybody else put yourself on mute and so you won't have feedback. So Elder Dante, we can hear all the time. Everybody put your mic on mute. Go ahead, Elder Dante.
So you know, so every year you've seen our pictures. Every year after their convocation, we take pictures together. We coordinating our outfits or whatever, you know, whatever. Giving the people a show. We do that for gag effects, right? And so last year, this dude she was dating, he was a pastor. Well, I think he's a pastor. I don't know, but anyway. She was like, he texted her. She was like, and I was like, why are you finna tell me what he texted you? I don't really care about it. She was like, yeah. He was like, y'all pictures was nice, but you got to admit, me and you looked better together. I was like, why would you tell me that? So then I was like, are you trying to like manipulate me or make me jealous or what? That's what I got out of it. So I don't want a woman to try to like, if I'm into you, you ain't got to worry about me looking at nobody else. Cause I'm not like that. Like, if I'm talking to you, I'm really talking to you. I done did the smash and grab thing in my 20s, right? I've already weeded that out. So if I'm into you and you know my name and out in the street like that, no more. You know, why are you so scared? Like, are you trying to make me jealous with another dude? Why would you tell me what he said? You know, I ain't talking that shit. I was like, man, I could have like really went down through the trench with that, but I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone. And you know, she be texting me or whatever, like, I want you to come to my birthday stuff or whatever. But I'm not with that no more. My sister told me, she's like, nah, don't do it. Don't get in with that girl, because I'm trying to tell you. And I was like, what's she trying to manipulate me or whatever to get in? Like, what you trying to, I mean, she always talking about marriage. You know, at some point I was like, maybe I want to get married or whatever, you know. But I'm just cool with just us, you know, chilling or whatever. No sex. We just chilling. All right. So I was like, go ahead.
Okay. I have a question on that. For all the single Christian and
Married.
Not married.
Dating.
Single, or you can go that way. When to like know, okay, dating someone, you're Christian, you're single, when to say, okay, no, this is going to, no, we can't go on a date by ourselves. We need a double date because we don't need to tend to fall into sin. Explain to people, I know we said, what do you want, but what you should not want until you're married, because you had said something about hanging out and stuff. Sometimes it's just not good. For Chris, go ahead.
You really have to have discipline. Like when you're a single man, you have to have discipline, because if not, it's stuff gonna be happening. And you be like, oh, dang, you know, what we just did. And then you don't want that 9-month gift, you know, 9-month later gift, you know, whatever. It's like, oh. Prime example, when we were at convocation last year, I'm just being transparent and being honest. Like, we had separate rooms. I got her a different room than mine. We had separate rooms. You never saw us coming out the room together, whatever time of the day. Well, even one night, because she came in my room, like we had been out all day that Saturday. And don't do it, Jaquan.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
So,
Leave it alone.
so I had, we're gonna take a nap or whatever. Then we probably get out later and go out or whatever, go to dinner. So, I heard a knock on the door, and then she came in. I was like, okay, so brothers, you've been asleep. You wake up. Nature is, doing nature. Being naturally. And so I had on clothes, but I had a lot of clothes. And then she had on some little whatever shorts and a little t-shirt, and I was like, So she was like, let's go walking. I was like, okay, let's go walking. Like, because I was like, the longer we was like in that room, it was like that door was opening, like. And then it was like, ain't nobody gonna see y'all. Everybody downstairs, people out eating. Ain't nobody gonna see y'all. Ain't nobody gonna know. I was like, I was like, I'll knock on your door when I finish getting dressed, and we gonna go walking.
Self-control, someone said.
Oh yeah,
self-control.
Oh yeah, because I like I don't want nobody. I'm like, oh, you done got a baby at convocation.
My God.
Right. How I was going to explain that to the saints?
How you going to explain that?
My mom and dad would be glad because they got another little grandbaby, but
then for Christians, what does that do for your own? You know what I mean? Because now you got to get yourself back.
Right. And then it put a tarnish on guys, and I don't want to like I know all them church guys, everybody the same or whatever, I know they was out here doing yada, 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 whatever, but nevertheless, but definitely self-control. Definitely self-control. I really have to have a lot of self-control, like being single, like especially having my own house, my own car, this, I don't think I'm a bad looking guy, like you wouldn't believe don't do that, Juanita. Your brother fine. Truth be told, I've had a married woman, Caucasian, say, listen, me and you can do it, and my husband just to watch. What? I'll pay you. Excuse me? So if I was a weak man, I probably would have went into that. Jaquan.
How much?
Hey, Jaquan, depending on how low I was in cash, I didn't care how much.
My God, from Zion.
Thank God. I'm just
my God.
Honest. Like the stuff that I have to go through, like what I don't want is
temptation.
And I don't want that. I want something more substantial. I'm getting older. I'm 41 now. So like, okay, all this playing stuff, like I see still dudes older than me still. I like, really?
Right.
Really?
Now, do you actually think this for anybody, any of the men on this panel?
I'm gonna shut up.
No. You go ahead. You helping a lot of people on here, believe it or not, and all the hundreds and thousands of people who's gonna be seeing this and on YouTube. You're helping people. I appreciate y'all. Now, my question is this: do you think any of y'all? Start with Elder Dante? Do you think a person will see your status and be attracted to your status instead of being attracted to you?
That go for all three of the men on this live tonight. Because I just being spiritual minded for just a quick moment. All of us are anointed in our different areas, and one thing that I've learned from my mentor is that the anointing is attractive, right? And it draws the good, bad, and the ugly. And so no matter, I could be butt ugly, but if I got an anointing, it'll draw somebody. And you're like, oh, dude, ugly, but he got a fine girl because it's the anointing on him, right?
Anointing.
It's the anointing. It is very drawing, but the drawing is for another reason, to destroy and break yokes or whatever. Not for you to be in a relationship. And so a lot of women who are attracted to me, they don't understand that, and so they're really drawn to me. And I was like,
Okay.
This
Okay.
this is an assignment, not a relationship.
Okay.
Right.
Right there.
See,
Right
my
there.
anointing in that moment is to help break something off of somebody, not to break into them.
Uh-huh. Right there. Now, what do you say, Brother Jaquan and nephew, on that? You think people are actually attracted to your status? Because some people can be sitting like Brother Jaquan, people can be sitting back and just like, oh, he got it going on. He got his wife, he got his children, he's working, he's doing his stuff, and they could be attracted to that. What do you say?
What I would say is,
Go ahead, Quan. Go ahead.
what I would say is, I'm a young man, and like I told you, me and my wife been together for 7 years. You know, married for 7 years, and I'm a musician. Everything haven't always been good, you know, and uh, uh um it's really up to the man how much he love his wife. You know, it's basically up to a man how much he love his wife to fall into that you know, that temptation. And me, I'm a daddy child. If you know my daddy, then you know it is what it could happen in the bathroom, the church, the downstairs. It doesn't matter where I was at, it happened. But I had to learn, you know, it was like he said, Elder Dante said, it was my anointing that they was really after. They wasn't really after me, but they wanted something. They was drawn from something that was on me that really wasn't me. So, you know, and I had to be careful because now here go, you know, soul ties now. Now I'm dealing with your spirits. I'm dealing with your stuff. You know, you dealing with my stuff. Now we in a place where you want to kill yourself. I'm in a place where I don't want to go to church no more. I don't want to play no more. Now I feel like, hey, I don't know. I'm stuck now because I done stepped into that temptation because of my anointing. When I should have been helping you out of that problem, I was helping myself and helping my little thing into their problem. You know.
Okay, brother, nephew. Do you think people are attracted to your status because just a little take, because we know you're an engineer, and so you that's not a job to, you know, just a weak eye. You got this stuff going on. Do you think women see that? Because I know you as my nephew, you got a big heart, and you are a giver. Our family is givers, and sometimes being a giver, it hurts the most because we give so much and we give out 1,000 and only get back 100 sometimes. So for you, nephew, my question to you: do you think the people see your status and want to use that or where you are in life?
Yeah, you know how many females I stopped messing with as soon as I said, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm an electrician. You're what? You do what? Oh yeah, I'm an electrician. Oh, how long have you been doing that? Or where you working? I'm like, man, I don't even like to tell females now. You know, if I was to start talking to a new
Well, I
female,
done told it
I
on
would
night. I'm
tell her
on
what I
TV.
do.
Everybody now.
Right. I don't even tell her. I don't even tell the females what I do, and that's real rap. I don't. I tell them. I get to know them. Names, blah 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 blah. What's your favorite color? What you like eating? What you like doing? Reading books, movies. My profession is the last thing on that list that I have to say now, because I've noticed that saying it first always got the bing. Oh, we got a jackpot here. No, we don't, and that's exactly what they see. Gold mine. And most of them don't even see that. Some of them that own homes, 'cause I met a lot that own homes. As soon as I told my electrician, "Oh, do you know I wanted this light put in my house for this last week and a half to 2 weeks. I got this receptacle I need to put in." I'm like, okay, all right. So
Okay, so you
yes,
said something interesting, nephew. You said when you have a conversation, and I want you to chime in. I want to, because we almost finished here. I want you to chime in. I want everybody to chime in on this. You said something when you're having a conversation with a person. You being an electrician is the last. Your profession is the last thing that you talk about, because okay, so because for women we'll go, well, I want 3 kids, I want a house, I want a blah, and I want a man, he got to make this and he got to do this and he got to do. So we're already giving y'all all this ammunition to use, and then y'all go, oh, of course I can do that, and then turn around like, Joker, you only went off of what I said. So you said something so pivotal. Pivotal, you don't talk about certain things until when? Until you know that she is somebody that you want to deal with? Do you
Until I know
hold
that,
back? Do you guys hold back stuff and not share stuff when?
one thing I don't share is that.
Okay.
I keep everything else open and honest and real. I like to get to know the person because, like Jaquan said, I'm a talker. I like to talk. We like to talk. I like to be heard. I like to listen. And so with that, I like to get to know who you are. And I don't even ask you what you do for a living first. I need to know your motivation, where you came, just a little bit of your background. Just by what you tell me can let me know kind of a little bit of what type of person you are. It doesn't let you know everything, but it will give a little bit into it. And as soon
Okay.
as I say electrical work, everything else about me goes out the window. And then it's like they don't listen to anything too much more of what I'm saying at that point. Now it's about what I can do, or I wanted to go to that botanical garden over in New York, and I just never was able to get there. You want to go on a date, and that's the thing about it. And my experience too. If I ask you, but I've always believed this, the man should always, if we're going somewhere, I'm always going to pay. Like I'm always going to pay. But if I ask you, if I say I'm hungry and I want to eat, that means I'm going to pay for everything. That means that's what's going to happen because I want to go out to eat. If you tell me you want to go somewhere, that does not mean that I'm going to hold the bill, especially if I had no plans of going there in the first place.
You preaching.
A lot of that comes out. A lot of what they wanted to do, what they couldn't do. As soon as they know that I have money, all these things start coming out. And I had to check one girl. I'm like, hey, didn't you ask me to go there with you? She said, yeah. So why do you think that I have to pay for it? Because I didn't ask you to go there. I didn't ask you to go there. And usually that's with me. You already know. I'm a very nice person.
Yes.
I feel like I'm old school type. I feel like the man should take care of the female as long as everything is working good in the house. No, but I don't want to take anybody's independence. So I want an independent woman that feels fulfilled at the house and in the home, that just knows that I want to take care of her, so that way she does not have to struggle.
What you say about that, Jaquan, and then Elder Dante before we close out? What do y'all say about what he just said?
Nah, he hit it on the nail though. I feel like listen. I ain't paying. I walk out. I walk out. You gonna pay or you gonna go to jail. It's either what you want. You're gonna do. But I'm married now. I'm married now, so me and my wife, we have that. Sometimes she'll pay, sometimes I pay. We at a place where whoever got it, we got it. If you don't got it, then hey, it is what it is. But back in the day, listen, I look at you and hey, it is what it is.
Okay.
Now, I'm just a little bit different from that. Now, if I'm out with a girl, I mean, I'm gonna pay now. But if you all the time you just want to go out to eat all the time, then I'm gonna catch on. Like, yeah, you trying to eat on my dime all the time, like.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna pay, right, brother Mike? I'm gonna pay.
Right. I had a chick that I took her out in Brooklyn, and New York could be very expensive just for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
I took her out, and this is like the third time. After a while, she started ordering food to go.
Wait.
She started ordering. Not only did she order her plate, she ordered food to go. Oh, that's when I was like, okay, all right. You don't get no responses. You don't get a text. You get blocked. When you try to text me, you no longer will get in contact.
Oh, she feeding her other ninja too.
That's what she's doing.
That's what she's doing.
Baby father.
Yeah, that's
right.
what she's doing. She already texted, babe, I got you some lunch. I'm bringing to work.
Yeah. I'm going to get us some lunch. Man, boy.
Okay.
Steak and lobster and crab legs on you.
I'm cheap. I'm too cheap for that. I'm too cheap.
They want the seafood platter. They want everything at the lobster.
I don't eat seafood, so we ain't going to no seafood spot. I don't eat seafood. I'm allergic. That's what I tell them. I'm allergic.
But because I like steak. And I like going to expensive steakhouses that a burger is going to cost you $18. You know what I mean? So when I take them there, that automatically puts them into, this is where you first brought me. And that's where the standard things come in. I like the date. But when you bring them to somewhere nice, they put the bar up so high. It's like, I know I can reach it, but why do I want to?
Why do I want to?
Why do I want to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, y'all serious. So what I'm actually
Yeah, I like
hearing,
this one.
I
This
hear a
was
lot
good.
of
This was
Yeah,
good.
y'all looking
I
for
like this.
y'all looking
This was good.
for y'all want to be respected, and y'all want to we want is what to be heard and not running our mouths to our friends and have balance, have self-control, have respect for, and then don't come in and asking what you got. You got a house, and then you sitting there in the woman sitting up there with she don't have any money. She's broke. You don't
Broke.
you know
She's broke.
she's broke, and you don't come here. And I understand because it goes both ways. I know, but we're not talking about the woman right now. We're gonna have a woman's worth. We're gonna have that soon. So I want y'all to come back so y'all can hear the woman's perspective of it, a woman's worth, because there's some
Looking forward to
established
it.
women that yes, they're not gonna want a broke brother. And I don't use that N-word. That's not what I use. When we use the word,
Use
I use
ninja.
negus. Negus. Look that up.
Use
Negus.
ninja.
yeah, we say ninjas.
We
Yeah,
say
ninjas.
ninja.
I don't use that.
Ninja.
Negus. Look up negus. Negus. Those are kings. That's royalty from Africa. Talk about it. Because I'm always with my brothers. I'm always loving my brothers. And I want to hear what y'all got to say. And y'all, thank y'all for enlightening me on some things now. Listen, we appreciate that. Come on, y'all, in the chat and on Facebook and YouTube. Give them a heart and like before we close this out. Listen, y'all got people over here rolling. You should see. Y'all had me going. It was good, and I would love to have y'all back again.
Bring some women on the line. We like to talk with them.
Okay.
Right. That's it.
The devil is a liar. I gotta go. I gotta go now. The devil is a liar, Elder. You all right now?
No. I'm
My
just we
God,
trying
my
to
God,
get
Right
my
there.
God, the elder is right.
The
We
devil
get-
is a
we
liar.
get
Not
the
over
woman
here.
perspective.
Give me the
You go
dialogue.
Yeah,
go
we-
back to your wife and get your wife.
Yeah, we want a dialogue with it. Yeah,
female perspectives on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want some
Fix it.
feedback on
Fix
the
it up.
females.
Fix it up. Fix it
Yeah,
up.
no. We ain't trying to mess up nobody's household.
No,
No, that's why I told him. That's why I
I
told
got
him
what
to
you're
go back
saying.
to
A
get his
woman's
wife's
perspective.
perspective.
Thank you,
Me
Mike.
and you
Thank you,
is
Mike.
something different.
Thank you,
We
Mike.
can chime on other females. Him, on the
Yeah.
other hand,
Yes, you
he
could.
can cut
I
himself
understand.
off.
Yeah,
I
because
understand.
she by herself.
Y'all
She
stop
don't
spending.
want
Y'all stop spending all that money. Stop spending all that money. Y'all better stop spending. Y'all better tell them y'all want McDonald's and Burger King. You want burgers? Eat some
That's what
burgers.
it started.
Stop
It's
eating
about
all
to be
that seafood.
McNuggets and McChickens.
I bet you she changed then. I bet you
I
she
tell
know
you
who
that,
you are
cousin.
then.
That's what I'm gonna start doing, cousin. When you hungry, I'm about to bring you a McDouble. You want which three? What you want, a 4 for 4? You want a 3 for 3, or you want Taco Bell?
not a
It
3
will
for
bless
3.
their life. It will bless their life. It will bless their life. I'm allergic. I'm allergic. You gotta just tell them
Oh
I'm
my
allergic.
gosh! I
I'm
appreciate
about to turn on my
y'all
air conditioner.
so much. We
man.
have to do this
You got me
again.
sweating.
Okay, so we're gonna close this out. I thank everybody on the panel, y'all, for real. I know this is my second session, but you guys this is my third one. Third session, and I appreciate it. So I would love for y'all to share this live to your page so that people see it. Maybe not Elder Dante, but so certain people can't see it. Because he said he had to make sure somebody looking at it, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
But it is, I appreciate it. And I do share this on your page, and let if you have not liked this, everybody who's watching, who's going to be watching, if you have please like this page so you can be informed on different perspectives. We all here, we just talking, and we just everybody's perspective on different things. So I appreciate that. Now let's talk about this. March the 5th, we're going to have someone come on, Mr. Newsom, and he is a credit repair. If you don't have yourself together, like some of us don't with finances, he will be on here to explain what you have to do with your credit, how to go about getting your home, all that good stuff. So meet us back here. So you can look on this page. You can see all the information. We're going to talk about a woman's worth. We're going to have that. We're going to have different things, different topics. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Thanks
I
for
love
having me.
I love
Your
for
fellas.
real. For real. This was so good.
Like this had me crying for a little bit, man. Y'all got I done released and got the release. So you got to off my chest and then I released with crying. That was good, man.
Yeah. That y'all listen. I didn't know, but thank God for everybody who's on here. And you here because that's what it was ordained. Everybody who said they couldn't do it, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So I thank y'all. So we're gonna bid everybody a good night. I thank y'all. I appreciate it. And I always close on any platform that I'm on. It's not over until God says so.
Ain't that
Amen.
right? Amen.
Good night, everybody.
All right, night.
Night.